What's going on, Panther Nation? We're back. We're live for the first time in a long time. We have not been live in a while, but I was supposed to go live a little earlier, but you know, things happen. I was sleepy. I went to sleep, but you know, we're here. Let me know if the mic is working because uh my mic be tripping sometimes. This big one be tripping sometimes. So just let me know in the chat if it's working. Can you hear me clear? All that. Let me get the chat up real quick. Uh yeah, we're live for the first time, man. We just hit 700 subs. Man, that's a big accomplishment. We were just at 650 like the other day, and we just skyrocketed. Our first three, training camp videos got us to 700 subscribers. I woke up with that, so yeah, I appreciate that. Caleb in the chat, what's up? Yeah, so I was supposed to go live at 5, then I pushed it back to 6 because I don't know if you could tell, but I was sleeping. Um, but I don't know. I just felt like I haven't been live in a long time. It was just time for me to do it. But what is this? It was like it was just time for me to do it. So yeah, okay, that's better. Um, but who's all in the chat? Let's see. Let's get this open. Today was an interesting day. Obviously, usually the first 2 days of practice, I made videos. Today I didn't want to make one. I just said let me go live. I was close to actually not going live, but then you know I got pressured. But you know I'm here now. Our day 3 of training camp. Let's kind of dive right in. Again, I'm just gonna just talk about things that I noticed from day 3. If you guys have stuff to kind of bounce back and forth, obviously that's why it's a live stream. I'll be willing to talk about whatever I want to talk about, but the receiver position obviously is the biggest thing to discuss about today. As the position is starting to ramp up, the competition is starting to ramp up every single day of practice, and today just made it even better. Um, and obviously today, I know Sheena Quick was on Twitter day before Hunter Renfrow went off today in practice. She was kind of like she's focusing on that David Moore and Hunter Renfrow because they're kind of fighting for that last spot, that's sixth spot in this room. Obviously, we know T Max making the team. You got Adam Thielen, XL, Jalen Coker. Believe it or not, he is going to make the roster no matter what you guys think about him. He is going to make the roster because he deserves it. Jimmy Horn out of Colorado, he's still making the team as well. He's just a different player in this room. There's no way he does not make the team because he's just a different player in this room, a different type of skill set, all of that. So that last spot, that sixth spot, is really going to be between David Moore and Hunter Renfrow. Who's going to make the team? Okay, that's kind of the biggest question that a lot of people have been asking from the start of camp is who's going to make that last spot of camp. And Hunter Renfrow has made the biggest impact, low key. If we're being honest, he's honestly made more impact than in that room than maybe half of the room. Like you're talking about, T Mac is definitely making the most impact. I mean, you see the catches every single day; they're just outstanding. He's going to be such a big threat for Bryce Young on the outside this year. Adam Thielen, obviously, he's gonna do what he does. Hunter Renfrow's been making so much impact. It seems like he's making more impact than a lot of the players in this room that are going to start this upcoming season. Happy birthday to the GOAT. Facts. Facts. Is he what, 2024 now? 23? I don't know. But I mean, it don't matter. He still got, yeah, it's probably 23. Let me see actually. Hmm. Yeah, he's 24. Oh my goodness. Okay. He said, new to the channel, Panthers fans since 1995. Man, appreciate you tuning in. Uh, Always, man. Appreciate it. DJ Moore gotta go. Low key, bring me Hunter. Yeah. Again, they're fighting for the last spot. Obviously, as we know, that's kind of been the biggest battle everybody's looking at. And there's so many battles in camp right now. It's this final spot for receiver. It's center position is a big one between Cade Mays and Austin Corbett. And that one's gonna be going on all the way till preseason, the end of preseason, as we know. Um, the cornerback room is honestly one of my biggest ones just because of the fact that corner is such an interesting spot right now where you have your 3 starters with JC, Mike Jackson, and Shaw, but then after that, you're kinda cooked, man. Like, you're kinda cooked. You have no backup nickel. Of course, MJ could be your backup there. You just have nobody, like, to be honest, there at corner after those, those 3 starters that I mentioned. So corner's, like, kinda like the biggest one for me in terms of just most interesting, and then you have edge rusher, of course. Believe it or not, there's a battle at pass rusher because, um, obviously, I think DJ Wonnum's a starter, man, because the he just knows the system, obviously, last year, and when he played last year, when he was not injured, he was super effective as a pass rusher and really good, to be honest with you. He had, like, 5 sacks last year and did not play that much. I think he played less than half the year, if I can remember. The first half, it was just Jadeveon Clowney and DJ Johnson last year, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so when he was out there later half of the year, he was very effective as a pass rusher. He just is gonna have continuity in the system. He's gonna start week 1 against Jacksonville, and obviously, it's gonna be between Nick Thorne and Princely, in my opinion. Of course, a lot of people are saying, what if maybe Pat Jones gets a start instead because, 2 rookies, you don't wanna put rookies out there right away. Nick Scoring, this staff has a high floor of Nick Scoring, okay? Me personally, I think Princely has the highest ceiling of a pass rusher in this room out of anybody. He literally you see him in camp, right? I had him rated top 5 for me in the pre-draft process. When it came to edge rushers, he was top 5 for me. He was 5th, exactly. Um, but and he's proving it in the first 3 days of training camp, how good he can really be in that spot. And so edge rushers is another big one that we're looking at all camp, but Princely starting to kinda climb that ladder, but it's gonna be interesting because I still don't know. Pat Jones might start instead of the rookies, but I think DJ Wonnum will start. I'll be shocked if both Nick and Princely are starters week 1. I will be shocked. "What's up?" He said, "Bro, call me crazy, but the only team I'm worried about in the NFC South or sorry, in the NFC, Rams and that defense they got, and they're so young, and they got the weapons on offense." Uh, the only team in the NFC that you're worried about, that's kinda, the Eagles are gonna be good, man. We gotta keep it real. The Eagles won the Super Bowl last year solely just based off talent. Like, we know they're going to be the most talented team probably in the NFC again. You got them, you got the Rams, obviously, as you mentioned. The Vikings are not gonna be trash, like, they're decent every single season. I know I'm forgetting somebody. The NFC South, if we're talking about the South, we are not the best team in the South right now. Like, if you wanna kind of argue with that, I think we're not. I think, honestly, we're the 3rd best team right now in the South. The defense still is just underwhelming right now. Obviously, we have so many holes on defense. Yeah, linebacker is just a big, big time concern on this team right now. It just is. Like, Trevor Wallace has to step up, but there's nobody you're looking at in this room, and you're saying that this player's been effective in his career at linebacker for so long. Like, if that makes sense. It's just there's a big concern right now on defense, specifically linebacker, as Underground West says here. I'm concerned about the linebacker position. Hopefully, losing Josie will make someone step up. Honestly, even with Josie, someone was gonna have to step up anyway. Like that's the biggest thing is that this linebacker room was never good, even with the Josie Jewel on it. Right, he was obviously going to start, and he was obviously a good depth piece, as we know. And I hope he comes back because he's a big piece to this team depth wise. But in terms of starters and players actually being effective week to week, he was never actually going to make a true you know impact week to week, like we saw last year, right? Him, Trevin, and Christian Roseboom, they're all decent players. They're all mid at best, right? Trevin Wallace, of course, being in second year linebacker, being physically gifted, athletically, he's obviously going to have a higher ceiling naturally, right? So just happy he was not the one to get injured or whatever, or lead the team or whatever. But Joseph Jules was a big piece to this team depth wise because now one injury away, you're cooked. Okay, like one injury away, you're cooked. You have Trevin and you have Christian, obviously. But one injury away, you're cooked because you have like Rydigan in the back end, Claude and Sherrillis. There's that one young guy that a lot of people are talking about who could potentially make the team now that Josie's out. I think from Fresno State, if I'm not tripping. But yeah, you're just you're gonna have to rely on just a lot of uncertainty at this position next year. And of course, as I mentioned, corner, you're three starters deep, and then you're cooked there. Okay, the interior defense line is the only position on the defense side of the ball that I'm actually like confident about, and honestly, safety, which is funny because start the offseason, I was talking about how safety was arguably, we should go Malachi Starks there because safety was so bad. But Damani Richardson, I love Damani. I think he has so much potential at that spot. Then you of course got Trayvon Moore there, a strong safety, and honestly, Lathan Ransom. I honestly do not mind the idea of playing kind of like that big nickel where Lathan Ransom just plays in the box, bro. We need a linebacker so bad. Why not use your head and let Lathan Ransom play linebacker in the box like a Jeremy Chin level? He can do it, right? He's so just athletic and physically gifted. Why not just let him do it? Because he can do it, right? He can play in the box. Like, obviously, don't play him all the time because he's not an actual linebacker. But on third and shorts, if you need someone that can just go out, just get downhill and stop the run, for example, Lathan Ransom could play inside in the box and be that big time, that big nickel. He could get serious time. Like I really do if you play him the right way. So there's a lot there that you can do on defense, but it's just a lot of concern. Offensively, I think no matter what happens in camp, we're going to be top 12 offense this year. I fully believe. I don't care really what happens in camp. If the defense wins some days, they don't. This offense is going to be top 12 because you have that duo with Rico and Chuba and all that. But I'm kind of getting off topic a little bit, if you guys can tell. But going back to the NFC, kind of what teams am I scared about? Why we're not the best team in the NFC South. You have the Falcons. I think their offense is going to be good this year. You got Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. They've always been a great 1-2 punch. Obviously, you could say we got Rico and Chuba now, right? Obviously, we're going to be neck and neck with them in terms of being like one of the better 1-2 punches in the league than the Bucs. They're just a complete team overall. The defense and offense, you got Bucky Irving, you got that duo with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, Baker Mayfield. We're not the best team in the South, I don't think. And the Eagles obviously are just the best team in the NFC in general. Again, I would say, but the NFC is definitely weaker than the AFC. So we have that to our favor, but it's not a weak conference at all. And that's kind of what you're trying to get at by saying the Rams are only your only worry. But yeah, so that's the biggest thing, honestly, I saw from camp today. Obviously, I don't want to make a video because I already made 2 and I haven't been live in a month. I just don't go live a while. I don't know. But I need to start going live consistently for y'all because I kind of slack on that part. But what else did I see today from practice? Again, that was my biggest one, is just the receiver room. Hunter Renfrow was starting to separate himself, and that's the biggest thing. And a lot of people were starting to talk about how maybe he doesn't make the roster. Honestly, when we signed him, I was one of them. I was one of the people when we first signed him that was really talking about how maybe he doesn't get signed like officially, like he doesn't make the team officially, just because of the fact that I felt like David Moore had continuity on this team, right? That Dave Canales system. He's been in it forever. So I was always on board that maybe he does not make the team in that sense because of the continuity that David Moore does have on this team and on this roster. But as we started getting, more and more off-season stuff, and he was just showing out, and every single day in training camp now, there's no way he doesn't make the team, right? And maybe there's a way you keep 7, because I kind of crunched the numbers down on the 53-man roster, and we have some spots open, right? Like there's a lot of positions that you can keep more than maybe you need. So maybe there's a chance we keep 7 receivers. At the same time, it's like, is that a waste? Because you don't need 7. It just depends. Now, if we're going to use Jimmy Horn solely as special teams this year, like he does not really get into it on the other side of the ball that much. It's really just special teams. You could keep 7 and have David Moore and Hunter Renfrow be the last 2 spots at the receiver position, right? You could, because of the, whenever I crunched the numbers down on the 53-man roster a couple days ago, and I did my roster breakdown on the entire team, that's what I saw. But yeah, nothing crazy today. Obviously, that's probably that was definitely the biggest storyline. It said the offense won today. Obviously, it sucks we can't have people at practice. We're limited on clips every single day. We can only see a certain amount of actual clips every single day. without, content creators and just fans being there, it's hard. But I'm doing my best, and I do gotta go live though consistently. But now, let me see. Let's kind of go through this stuff. But yeah, also that Princely live stream from, I think it was last night. Dog, that was funny. Whenever you like mentioned Icky and that was funny, bro. I can't even lie. Okay, let me share my screen real quick. I don't know. We're just gonna scroll through some stuff today, some clips from camp, some funny stuff, whatever. Just a chill day. If you guys want us to talk about some stuff in the chat, go ahead and drop it for sure. We can discuss it, but that's me. Okay, let me get obviously me. Okay. So this was the Princely live stream from last night I was talking about, bro. This is actually hilarious right here. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if all y'all heard this, but basically, obviously, yesterday, no, not yesterday. Practice, we didn't have practice yesterday. It was Thursday when we had practice. Princely got a second sack. Obviously, day one he got a sack when he put his hands on Bryce. Not a lot of people like that. Then day two he had a sack on Thursday, and basically he got on live. I think it was on Twitch or whatever. He goes live once in a while on there, and he just basically talked about how Icky's a great left tackle. No one can stop him. He's just a dog, pretty much. I might play it for you guys, but it's just funny. But just showing you, bro, we actually have. I'm telling you, man, like his mindset's different, bro. Like it's just different compared to just all the rookies we have right now. Like I don't know, he just actually believes he's just the best player or pass rusher on this team. It's hilarious, but I believe it too. To be honest with you, like he's not just talking to talk. Like he was a great player at Ole Miss. He showed up, was a great player, but yeah, honestly, I might play it. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear it, but I'm gonna try to play it here. Let me mute my mic real quick and play it.
Everybody on Icky ass on Twitter and shit. Oh my gosh, what does this say about Icky? Icky this, Icky that. Bro, Icky is a great offensive tackle, nigga. I'm just like that. Like, what the fuck? Yo, what's good? Icky is a great offensive tackle, bro. I'm just cold as fuck, fam. Like, there's not many offensive tackles that can lock me up. Really none, to be honest. Exactly, like, appreciate the follow. Everybody on Icky ass on Twitter and shit.
Hey, let me know if y'all heard that. I don't even know. But some small for y'all. Just wanted to give you guys that from last night. Obviously, he's going crazy in camp right now. He thinks he's going crazy in camp as well, doing his thing as our third round pass rusher, man. Yeah, biggest thing. But okay, next, let's kind of just go through some stuff from today when it comes to practice. There's some stuff to go over. Let me see. Oh yeah, Derrick Brown's interesting because we have not discussed Derrick Brown in a while, actually. Not gonna lie, we have not discussed Derrick Brown in a while because obviously last year was injured. He just came back this year, very underrated player. No one's talking about him around the league. This team he's kind of been very quiet in terms of discussions from Derrick Brown. But today there's reports that came out that he looks very quick, looks very smooth, looks just back to 2023 Derrick Brown pre-injury when he just was that dog at defensive tackle that we needed. So that's a very good thing to hear, as we know that he's showing up and showing out as a that anchor on this defense because he's the anchor, man. He's the anchor. He goes we go as far as he goes because last year you saw, man, when he went down, the run stop and deep. us stopping the run was nowhere to be found. So it's going to be the same thing this year. It's simple. If he's healthy, we're going to have an insanely very good ability to stop the run this year. But if he goes down or an injury happens, obviously we have depth there, which is why I like the interior, but it's just not going to be as good as what it can be if Derrick Brown goes down again in 2025. So he said, I like the fact our defense is giving the offense fits. Competition makes the whole team better. Yeah, man. I discussed that after day one that, a lot of people like to overreact to, training camp practices. If the offense, or Bryce Young specific, throws an interception, a lot of people like to, make that so much worse than it actually is. Every single time he does it, it's like, oh, he's not developing. It's training camp. Who cares? Okay, who cares? It's going to happen because each other so much more than every other team does, right? Like the defense knows your offense way more than other teams know your offense because you're around it 24/7. Same with the offense. The offense knows your defense way more than what other defenses may know, right? It's just how it works. Okay, you're on the same team. You're going to know more, so it's just easier to stop it. So I think the offense is playing pretty fine to me. Obviously, Bryce has 2 picks, one to Damani and one to Pat Jones. I don't know if he has another one, but those are definitely the only 2 that I know in the first 3 days of practice. And that first one to Damani, a lot of people kind of overreacted to, but there's nothing to overreact to because he is kind of going crazy right now, and the offense is doing very good. Like today, the offense went crazy today. A lot of good throws downfield. To everybody, everybody's getting involved in that receiver room on this team. So I do agree. I also like the fact that defense is giving the offense a tough time because that's the only way it's going to ease my kind of worry about the defense. Obviously, it seems like every year the defense on every team kind of does good no matter how bad the defense is, because again, it's just the defense knows your offense a lot more than other teams do. So it's going to be easy for them to stop you. But I don't know. Back to Derrick Brown. Back to the Derrick Brown discussion, though. Derrick Brown in today's kind of press conference, he said, "Don't doubt us." I did see this too. I did, and he said, "Don't doubt us. We're a lot of hungry people out here inside the building. Everybody believes." And listen, man. Listen, the goal has to be playoffs this year. It has to be. And I know it's a lot, but, are we in year? Okay, yeah, it's year 3, Bryce. I was about to say year 4. It's crazy, though. Just time flies. But we're in year 3 for Bryce. The offense just, took that step. Again, we're going to be top 12, top 10 potential. The defense, you still have a bunch of core pieces there with Derrick Brown, J.C. Horn, Trayvon Morrig, and some young guys that can still step up. The goal has to be playoffs this year, if you make it or not. Okay, and I think the floor right now is like 7-8 wins. So either way, you're going to be on the like the cusp of playoffs. So that has to be the goal, right? Like if you're right there in terms of like expectations, you're like 8-9 wins, 7-8-9 wins. Your goal as a team should be playoffs, right? Like unless you're just down bad like the Saints, maybe your goal isn't playoffs. But I think everybody's goal start the season is always playoffs. But this year just feels different, man. I don't know why. Like, obviously, we say that every single year. Like, last year, year 2 for Bryce. We did not think he was going to come out last year playing as bad as he did. But he did. And it kind of, made us not be as good. And honestly, that kind of worries me a little bit. Like, what if he does come out this year and plays a little off again? I would actually cry because we just can't be. I don't want to see another 0-4 start or whatever. It's just going to, I might be depressed if that happens. But yeah, everyone's excited, man, as I can see. And this play right here is interesting. I did see this, and this got a lot of people overreacting. This is not Christian Roseboom or Trevor Wallace. I do not care. Okay. I think this is Riddigan right here, who's probably not even make the team. A lot of people like talking about the linebacker room. Listen, it's a linebacker on a running back, right? It's just going to be hard to stop him. I think Trevor Wallace on this play, because of his athleticism, would stop Rico here. But would he is kind of the question. In terms of athleticism, I think he could stop him. But listen, Riddigan was never going to stop him here. I'm sorry. It was just never going to happen. So that's the play, obviously. just kind of watching it, that a lot of people are reacting on because it's a linebacker and everybody does not like that defense. So, yeah. And also, oh yeah, there was a clip that went around. Oh, I don't know if I have it. I don't know if it was a. Oh yeah, Hunter Renfrow cooked Trayvon Morgan. Yeah, that was nasty, man. Like I seen that clip, I was like, yo, yeah, Hunter Renfrow cooked this guy right here, number 7 right here. In a specific clip, I like burned him bad. It was like I just don't know, man. But again, Trevor Morg, we're gonna be using him a lot in the box, stop the run type. He can play nickel if we need him to, but again, I'm not mad at it because again, he's kind of doing the best he can against one of the best route runners in the NFL with Hunter Renfrow, to be honest with you, one of the most underrated route runners in the league. But that one clip, I'm gonna try to find it where he did cook him on a play against Trayvon Morgan today. But yeah, that's that. Dude, I really want this play so bad to find it, but let me look up Hunter Renfrow real quick because it's definitely gonna pop up now. Okay, here it is right here. Here it is right here. It's the clip I was talking about. Well, look at this nasty route right here. Like that's just nasty, and Trayvon Morgan just has nowhere to go in this play, nowhere. I don't know, man. It kind of goes back to the receiver discussion on like, are we gonna make who gonna make the team? Is Hunter gonna make the team still? Yes, man. Hunter Renfrow's making the team. There's no way he doesn't, bro. He's been showing out too much all camp long, all season long, for him to not make the team. It's kind of just given now at this point that he's gonna make the team. I mean, this play's just nasty, bro. This play's just nasty. So to the question, is he making the team? Yes, he is making the team. So it's just now it's a matter of are we going to keep 7 guys and maybe David Moore stays? I don't know. It just depends because obviously, as I mentioned, Jimmy Horn could be just a big special teams piece if we want to use him there. Not saying I'm not saying I'm a David Moore believer and that I want to keep him because I could care less if he's on the team or not, especially if we have talent there in front of him. But I'm saying keep in that mind that he has continuity with his staff and Dave Canales. So maybe if there's a spot open, he could make the roster and we could keep 7. But Hunter Renfrow's on the team. I just don't know how he's not on the team. I just don't. Yeah, that route's disgusting, by the way. That's facts, bro. Yo, Scott Fitter, God. Dan Morgan, bro, has low key been cooking, bro. Like conversations need to start happening. This rookie class right now is looking super, super valid, bro. Super valid. Of course, last year I've mentioned this every time I talk about the 2024 draft class about how it's kind of hard to judge Dan Morgan on that because he inherited such a bad team. So I feel like he was just trying to find a bunch of toolsy type of guys in the draft last year. Like obviously Trevin Wallace was definitely a very flawed linebacker when we drafted him out of Kentucky, but because of his, athleticism and his ability to just get to the quarterback, honestly, out of Kentucky, but he was just super flawed as a player and as a prospect. Jonathan Brooks did not really need a running back last year, as we know. It was kind of a wasted second-round pick, but at the same time, it made sense because he was super talented. Okay, and you saw in the limited reps he had last year, was super talented. So last year's draft class was kind of hard. It's kind of hard to just make of in a way because he just did the best he could with the team that he inherited, which was super, super bad, super terrible. This year's draft class, though, I'm starting to love a lot, man. I'm just starting to love it a lot. It seems he hit on every single pick. T-Mac, Nick Scorin, Princely. What's next? You got Cam Jackson. You have Lathan Ransom, Mitchell Evans, Jimmy Horn. Like, every single one of those players have made an impact some way this offseason for this team. And it's just super excited to see. It seems like a lot of these players have really high floors, especially the first 3 picks. You have a high floor in T-Mac and a high ceiling with him. Of course, he can come and make an impact right away. Nick Scorin, in his run game ability, can make an impact right away. Princely has a very, very high ceiling in terms of pass rush. And then, of course, Lathan Ransom, Mitchell Evans, players like that. Jimmy Horn can come in and be as a 6th-round pick. I mean, again, I think I saw someone say yesterday, how did people let him fall? It's like they're gifting us good players right now, right? Like Hunter Renfrow, super good player. It's kind of like we were gifted him, but again, this is what I was talking about. Like, I think it's a lock, man. Like, okay, do we have a lock for the top 6? That's my biggest question. Like, do we have an official lock in this room for the top 6 at least? I think we do. I think it's T-Mac, Adam Thielen, XL, Jalen Coker, Jimmy Horn, and Hunter Renfrow. Okay. I think that's got to be the actual lock right now. Because I just think he made the roster. I think he's on the roster. I don't think just isn't on the roster right now. But David Moore is just fighting for that 7th spot maybe. Again, it just depends, right? It just depends. But I just don't – like, is there an actual way now that there's still a battle here for the 6th spot? Don't think so. I think Hunter Renfrow got that locked up. But it's honestly wild how quick Dan Morgan kind of turned this receiver room around too, because he inherited Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, Jonathan Mingo. Golly, that's terrible. That's awful. And then now, 2 years later, he has an actual room with starters, with depth everywhere. So, and training camp's proven it too. Like it's not like we're just, here and hoping that we get some potential. Like, training camp's proving it. We have a battle for the 6th spot, which means the 5 guys above that 6th spot are super talented, or what. But yeah, man. Again, that's the biggest thing that I kind of want to discuss here on live is just that room and who's going to kind of make that, who's a lock right now to make that position. I think the 6 are locked up. It's just a matter of, as we head into training camp, more pads are going to come on. We're going to be able to see more and more and pads come on at every position, every single battle, everything. We're going to be able to see more as we know, whenever pads come on. Because it's just more activities. It's actual football now whenever pads come on in camp, which I think a couple days it's going to be coming on, like day 4 or 5, which it's like tomorrow or Monday, Tuesday, whatever. So I'm excited to see pads come on for a lot of positions as we get closer here. But yeah, man, it's my first time going live in a long time. I think it was like OTAs. I went live last time. It was like day 2 mini camp or whatever. What was my last live stream? I'm gonna try to go live again next Wednesday for sure. Again, I've been slacking going live. I need to create an intro because I don't have an intro because I'm too lazy to make one. But I need to make an intro to these live streams to make it engaging, because how I come into these live streams are garbage. So, but it's just hard to make one, bro. Like, it's a lot of work, and I'm very busy a lot. So I just been giving y'all a bunch of content. I feel like I'm doing okay job giving y'all content, but I feel like live streams are good too. Like, I need to start going live consistently as well for you guys, because just got to show up in that way. But next live stream, next Wednesday, I will have an intro to this live. I promise I will. I'll probably do it as soon as I get off here, just all night, just try to make an intro, because the intros right now are absolute garbage. So, but yeah, that receiver room is just going to be something to keep an eye on, man. Just watch out for David Moore for that last spot. Potentially keeping 7, maybe. I don't know. We're going to see. The corner room, obviously, has been very quiet. so far in training camp. No, in terms of Shamar Bartholomew, MJ Devonshire, Caleb Evans, no one in that room after the first 3 players have really kind of done anything massive. I think MJ Devonshire is super talented. He's very young. He's only 24 years old, and he could really be a good depth piece for us, I feel like. But no one in that room has really done a good, stepped up after the first 3 starters. So I'm still concerned about that room heavily. But then you have, again, the edge rushers, the center position, the kicker battle. I've not mentioned either. That's something to watch out for. Very intriguing kicker battle, to say the least. But yeah, to kind of end this live stream off, I've been on for 36 minutes already. Jesus, man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head off here about right now. Make this intro for next live stream next Wednesday. But I appreciate you guys again for 700 subs. It's crazy. I was at like 650 the other day, and now I'm at 713. I'm gonna keep posting for you guys. I'm gonna go live consistently now because I got to. I got to, man. Once a week, I gotta pull through it and go live for you guys. So, with all that being said, though, obviously, I'm gonna keep making content for you guys. I'm gonna have a video come out probably tomorrow. Oh no, sorry, Monday. I'm gonna have a video come out. It might be a day 4 kind of training camp recap, or it might just be something about the edge rusher, something. Okay, because we'll see. We'll see. But I'm gonna have a video come out Monday for sure. But yeah, man, y'all, if y'all are on here, y'all spam some big Panther, YouTube accounts, because if I can go live with one of them, it's over. Like, just spam it. Just spam. Like go on their YouTube and just be like, go live with Panther Plug. Just start spamming them. I don't care who it is. Just someone, just a big Panthers YouTube channel that y'all really mess with. As much as I'll mess with me, just spam them in their comments and be like, do a stream of Panther Plug. It'd be kind of cool, because I just kind of want to do one with somebody, bro. A big Panther account. So yeah, I'm gonna go live next week at some point. And then I'm gonna just post content as I'm doing. Say good stream, appreciate it, man. But with all being said, I'll see you guys next Wednesday when